Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel, Reborn Mom Life. I've been gone for a minute and I want to apologize. I've been a little bit busy. We've been trying to move and still haven't moved yet, still waiting. But all our stuff is like in the storage, so like there's not much in here. I just have my bed and my TV and a couple like bags and stuff with clothes. But I can't really change her because I don't got no clothes. She does have some pants, but they're over there. I feel like get them. So I just want to come on here and talk to y'all a little bit. I think I have some questions on my phone. If not, then I'll pause it and I'll put some questions down. So give me a second. All right, yeah, I have the questions on my phone. So we're just gonna do a little Q&A, I guess, today. What is my favorite color? So my favorite color is blue. I think everyone knows that though. My favorite color is blue. I started loving blue around, I'll say when I turned about 14. My favorite colors for my whole life were probably purple. It was purple for a while. Like, when you're a sibling and you each have a favorite color and one of them will be pink, one of them will be purple. Mine was purple. Then it changed to yellow. Then it was black only because my aunt is 14 now. But yeah, I have an aunt that's 14. But that was not actually my favorite color. So I would say yellow was my favorite color for a while. Then it changed to blue. And my sister always said it wants to change her favorite color to blue when I told her my favorite color was blue. And she wants to say, all right, my favorite color was blue the whole time. No, it was not. You just want to copy me. So, next question. What is your zodiac sign? So my zodiac sign is a Cancer. If y'all know what Cancers are, y'all know that they're very sensitive, very emotional. They're homebodies and they're too nice to people. They're like actually too sweet to people. People mishave them for being super sensitive. So most people be like, oh, I don't know, they're just gonna super sensitive. Yes, we are super sensitive. When we get mad at somebody, we cry. When we miss somebody, we might cry. It's just a Cancer thing, But yeah, how are you doing mentally? I'm doing okay. I could be doing better. I've been taking medication. I've been in therapy. I'm getting there. I'm working up. I'm trying to work to go into school. If y'all don't know, I'm just gonna tell y'all. I have autism on the spectrum. I also have ADHD, so it's hard for me to do something. So the reason why I haven't been in school lately, which I have been doing online school, but meaning I haven't went to school, is because last time I went to school, I want to say it was about maybe three years ago. I went to school for like a half a day and I had a freaking panic attack. I believe it's a panic attack because I couldn't stop crying. I felt very scared, very overwhelmed. I was just ready for that day to be over. And when I came back to my mummy's house, because we were living at my mummy's house for a minute, I went straight to sleep. It was tiring. It was a long day. And I'm ready to start going to school again. So we're going to retry this. But wish me luck. Do you regret anything in your life? So as y'all know, my teacher passed away. So I do regret not spending as much time as I should have with her. I do regret, not taking as many photos as I wanted to take with her. But initially, I just regret, not spending time with your family. So if you have a loved one right now who is a little bit older and stuff like that, make sure you spend time with them. You never know. And yeah, I was young, so a lot of my memories are kind of going away. and it kind of scares me. I don't want to cry right now, but it does scare me. I do get emotional about that because it's like, as you get older, some of the memories you had kind of like go away after a while. So, how old are you? So, I just turned 16. And my 16th birthday wasn't much. Like, as I said, I get very, as of recently, I've been taking these medications. Ever since I started taking that new medication, I think it was probably a year ago, I started taking some medication. Ever when I get scared or nervous or overwhelmed, I start feeling nauseous. So I don't really like going anywhere because who likes to feel nauseous? Tell me, nobody. When is your birthday? My birthday, I wouldn't say just passed, but it was here a while ago. My birthday is July 15th, so I'm a Cancer. As y'all know, I just said it. How many siblings do you have? So I have 2 siblings on my mom's side and about 7 siblings on my dad's side, which my dad, I don't talk to him. He hasn't talked to me in a minute. He actually talked to me through my TikTok once or twice. I believe I've seen. But I didn't like face-to-face talk to him in a minute. He does say he want to see us, and but I don't know. Have you talked about your dad yet? I just talked about my dad. I haven't like talked about him. I actually went through a lot of trauma with my dad. I don't know how to explain this to y'all, but basically, my dad was around, but he wasn't around in my life, He was only around when, like, I guess my mom would pay him or something. So one day we were homeschooling it was an old house. I think it was maybe, like 6 years ago or something. He came and he helped us move, but there was one time where, I have autism, which I just told y'all that. I used to not want to get out of bed and go to school. They used to have to, pull me out of bed, get me up, because I didn't like to go to school. So one day, I guess he came or whatever. And that the blind thing, the curtain rod for the blind, I got hit with that. And I used to run away super bad to a point where I had a bracelet on my arm. And the police came to put it on my arm so they can track me. But I used to run away. It was bad. So he hit me with there, and my mom kept saying, "Oh, she's gonna run, she's gonna run, she's gonna run." And he dragged me into the living room, and I ran out the door. Are you in a relationship? No. No, I'm not. I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I'm looking to finish school, do what I need to do, and I'm hoping to adopt and foster. There's a lot of kids that don't feel like they have a home right now, and that's just always been my passion. I always told my family that I always wanted to, help other kids out. So no, not in a relationship. What is your worst fear? My worst fear right now, like as in like, what am I scared of? Snakes, rats, anything creepy crawly, don't like it. But as in like fear, like in like the other type of fear, like what is my fear in life? I always had trouble. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a fear, but I always felt like I'm different, and my family doesn't understand how it feels to have, autism. They still treat it kind of like as in like I control it. I can't control it. Like every year on my mom's birthday, it's just be on my mom's birthday, I would, lash out or like not want to go nowhere or nothing, because they always used to think, you always do this on your mom's birthday, why do you do that? They always think I do that on purpose. I don't do that on purpose, It just comes in waves, but I guess my worst fear is not fitting in. And it's something I always struggle with. But I'm hoping this therapy will work. I had a therapy session the other day and I really unliked it. It was horrible. She kept asking me, I don't go to sleep like super late, but I don't go to sleep like I don't wake up super early either. So she basically said something about, well, how are you going to go to school if you wake up late? I'm like, I just told you I want to go to school, so what's the issue? And then she kept saying, well, you keep saying all this stuff to make it seem like you don't want help or want to change. And I said, I don't like change. Why would I want to change something? And she was like, well, how do you expect me to help you if you don't want change? And I said, I'm willing for change, but I don't want to change. And, my mom was there staring at me. I started tearing up because, how are you going to tell me what to do? Excuse you. And she was like, mate. And I gave the phone to my mom and I was like, and she was like, I heard her in the room. She was like, make sure you tell her I didn't mean it, that I'm just trying to help you. So don't say it. So tell her that for me. And they were talking about, the school thing. She really wants me to go to sleep. She really wants to see me have a freaking panic attack. That's what I feel. Okay? Obviously I want to go to school, but obviously I'm super nervous, super scared, super overwhelmed, super anxious, super everything. But I've been working on myself. I've been trying to get better. Where do you want to work necessarily? Besides the whole being a somewhat influencer, I want to work at have my own daycare business or something like that. As y'all know, I love kids, I love babies, I love anything to do with them. So I want to work with kids. If that's a preschool teacher, kindergarten teacher, anything like that. But yeah. Do I talk to all my family? Some I do, some I don't. My sister has a godmom named Dana, whatever. So she's her godmom. I understand that, but I'm still her family. So she be doing this weird stuff where she be getting me a $15 gift card and Kaylee a $20 gift card. And it was my birthday, not hers. I understand she always has to give her that, and it's her godmom, so she should do something like that. But excuse you, it was my birthday, not hers. Different. But she ain't say happy birthday to me, but she wants to say happy birthday to her and give her $50 for her birthday. And it was my 60th birthday. I mean, not my 60th, but 16th birthday. That's weird. But yeah, I don't talk to all my family. It's not that I'm mad at them or anything. I just don't I wasn't raised with them. I wasn't whatever. So I'm not really close to them. How many brothers do I have? Well, I have one on my mom's side. I don't know my dad's. I haven't met any of my siblings on my dad's side, I don't think, at all. So I have one that I know of is my actual brother on my mom's side. That comes, but he actually just moved to North Carolina with my poppy, so hopefully he's good there. He has bipolar, so he scares me. He gives me anxiety 24/7. So I'm glad that he's being babysat right now. He is 21 and he's being babysat. Good. He's been doing a lot of stuff lately and it's really been scary. But I'm gonna do one more question. How many kids do you want? Necessarily, I would say, I don't want to, okay, I'm just going to say I'll say 6. but I'll probably have more than 6. I'm just, making a little estimate. You don't want to do it too overboard, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys later.